Field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be Snow and JYJ here on Circuit Breakers, an incredible PvT for ya sent to me by RJB of RJB TV fame. Bottom right, it's going to be our Teal Terran. It is JYJ, ASL champion. And on the bottom left, it is Snow, our Brown Protoss player, who is not an ASL champion, but people believe he is better than JYJ because he has so many wins in major tournaments, and he's beating people on the ladder that are higher than JYJ and higher than Snow. And man, ASL championships are not the entire picture, right? Right. I don't know. I've been talking to RJB about this, and JYJ just kind of feels like he was happy with his ASL victory from a couple of years ago and just coasting. Just not improving, not playing to the best of his abilities, and I don't know. Maybe the ASL championship was his goal, and once he reached it, it's like, okay, I've done it. Now, just to coast. I don't know if that's true, but it just kind of feels that way, right? Right. Whereas Snow here is just taking names on the ladder, man. Taking down Flash, taking down Jaedong, taking down Bisu, taking down Sulky on the ladder, who won the last two ASLs. But there's just a little bit of a mental block here for Snow when he gets to an ASL, right? Oh, maybe it's not ASL anymore. Maybe it's going to be a Soup Live. Soup StarCraft Live? SSL? Yeah. We will see. We will see indeed, because Africa rebranded themselves to Soup. Soup Gaming. I don't know why, but wherever there is Elite StarCraft, I will be there. Cybernetics Core on the way. Gas, yes indeed. Gas here as JYJ. So we're going to see Dragoons firing on a bunker. Steve the SCV scouting out the correct direction here on Circuit Breakers, and there are going to be tanks here on Circuit Breakers, so we will see if Snow expands here, but I have a feeling that he will not expand here until there is no other choice to do so, because one tank or two tanks on this ramp, bam, your Nexus is dead. Ugh. So hard to hold there. Okay, yeah, so factory. Factory coming up. And maybe a Voltramorphor machine shop? No. No, indeed. He knows that there is a Dragoon being made in that gateway. So I say machine shop. Into siege, into tank. We will see. Hoof it. Hoof it. Hoof it, Dragoon. Oh, never mind. We're going to play defensively? All right. Fair enough. Fair enough, friendo. There's the machine shop. Excellent. And there's the second base being built inside the main. So we're going to forego the process of making a bunker here just by building the command center inside the main until we have siege mode ready to go. Then we'll throw down the command center out here. Dragoons can't really mess with you when you got tanks on the high ground, and everything's going to be A-OK here for JYJ. Did I intentionally rhyme that? Not really. Maybe my subconscious did. Maybe it was a total accident. Who knows what thoughts are going on in Falcon's mind when he's casting a game of StarCraft, right? Right. Yep, there's the tank. And then maybe... Oh, hang on. Not quite enough gas. Siege mode. Come on. Get me that gas. There it is. Siege mode. Hey. Falcon playing this right. Second Nexus coming in from Snow. Snow is known, I don't know if we want to call him this, but he's the Reaver King, man. In my opinion, nobody is better with Reavers than he is. This robotics facility will probably turn into a really quick follow-up to a robotics support bay. And everything is going to be A-OK for Snow fans here with the Reaver shenanigans. We'll see how JYJ can handle this. Again, JYJ is capable of defeating Snow. Is he playing up to his best in this game? We'll have to find out. There are a couple players like this in StarCraft 2 as well. One of them who's won several premier tournaments, but every once in a while just kind of shows up and falls apart. Just acts like he's not quite on top of things. And, I mean, I get it. It's hard to be at the top of your game 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Not saying that is what I expect, but man, there's some really disappointing losses from certain players that you would just simply expect more from in StarCraft. And really, come on, in sports in general, if you're a fan of any kind of competition, right? The Olympics are going on. Well, they're going on now as I'm casting this, which is August the 9th. But as it's a Patreon game, some of you guys are not going to see it until September. And I think, yeah, by that point, the Olympics will be over. But yeah, there's a support bay. It's just sometimes you get players who are favorites in track and field or in swimming or in volleyball or whatever. One of the 300, 400 events in the Olympics. And they just underperform. They just disappoint their fans. It happens sometimes. Happens everywhere. So we're making a shuttle. But I mean, now we're making a Reaver because, yeah, immediately building a Reaver is the way you want to do this thing. And maybe getting shuttle speed 2 would be nice. Man, I saw, what did I cast? I cast a game recently where somebody went Reaver drop. And they just kept slow shuttle for like 10 minutes. Like it was slow shuttles forever. And then finally got shuttle speed. But I was like, what is going on here with you? Why are we not getting... There you go. See, Snow knows to get shuttle speed immediately upon being able to do so. Look at this fake out too. Look at this fake out. Or just maybe scouting, right? La, 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 la. Okay, turret there, noted. Turret over here, noted. Look at these tanks following the shuttle around. So dangerous. Then nothing unloads, and that, I mean, that tells JYJ there's nothing in there. Would have unloaded the Reaver and gotten a shot off on something. Even with 2 tanks following it around unsieged, right? So here is our scrunchy boy. Scrunchy, 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 scrunchy. That's how they move, is through scrunching. On the back side of it, tanks. Vultures are being added into the mix here. We get Spider Mines. Yep, Spider Mines comes up as soon as I say the word Spider Mines. That's fun. Citadel of Adun is on the way. And yeah, we're going to get some Reaver drops. We're going to get some third base shenanigans. Vultures are like, you didn't try to expand down here, did you? No, that would be dumb. That'd be dumb here on Circuit Breakers, wouldn't it? And yeah, it certainly would. Without a doubt. But be sure to check out JYJ. I think he streams out on Soup. Again, Freaka's gone. It's called Soup Live now. And check out RJB at youtube.com/@RJB_TV. And yeah, this is a Patreon game. So if you're watching this the week of August the 10th, thank you so much for your support. I love you. I appreciate you for supporting me for at least $1 a month out on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. And if you're watching this in September of 2024, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, man. I am here 6 times a week with StarCraft Brood War remastered content, sometimes not remastered content. Man, did you guys miss as we come on in? Yeah, 2 Reavers are scary, but the tank, like, it's just Tank City down here, isn't it? Yeah. Just too much tank. But yeah, I cast the Elite Boxer game, Boxer vs. Zodiac on Lost Temple from 2002. If you missed that, if you're like, it's a TVT, lame. Dude, it's battle cruisers, it's lockdown, it's Valkyries, it's Wraiths, it's an incredible game. Give it a chance. That's all I'm saying. If you are unfamiliar with Boxers, Pimpest Play from 2002, back when SC2 or SC Legacy was a website, go back and check it out, man. Ask for it. If you ever want to link to any of the videos I talk about in my casts, or let me know. Leave me a comment. There was this incredible game between Free and Hero I posted in July that not a lot of people got into for some reason, but it was amazing. It's got a ton of D-Web in it, in a PVZ, okay? Nice snipe on that probe. So a lot of people started asking, hey, can I get a link to that video? Because I was talking about it in future casts, and then I read the comments. I read everybody's comment anyone ever makes on the channel, and I respond to the ones that need responding to, and bam, I gave them the link to the video, and they were happy. And that's how this works, right? It's a give and a take thing here. It's a relationship. It's a parasocial relationship, but, you know, that doesn't have to mean it's toxic, right? Is it parasocial? If people are just like, hey, Falcon, I need that link you talked about, that game you talked about last week, and I'm like, here it is. That's not parasocial. That's just transactional, right? That's just asking for something and getting it. I don't know. I'm no psychologist. I don't know what the words are. Anyway, we're going to get some science vessels. We're going to get some EMP here on JYJ's side of things. 3 base rolling good. Again, and I was going to say never going to take this base, but never say never. I am shocked. I thought Snow would take this base or this base first before going here, but he must feel very confident he can keep tanks from setting on this ramp, because that's what they really like to do. JYJ is really turtly, man. He's been a little bit active with the vultures. He's killed a couple probes here. On the other side of it, yeah, pretty passive here too is Snow. Snow's just like, I don't want to dive into this many tanks on the hope of killing 1 or 2 of them. Arbiter attack coming in from Snow. And so far, so good. Yeah, look, Snow's 4th base is warping in. It's a 3 base here from the Terran. Everybody feels okay about the situation. Nobody's that confident, right? So let's go Vulture drop. JYJ says, yeah, you know what? Ooh, Vulture tank drop. My apologies. Stasis is on the way. Zealot Legs is coming in here too. We're just going to go ahead and swing down the bottom side of this map, but that's why there are units down here. For this very reason, oh gosh, JYJ, loses everything. Everything. Doesn't kill a single Protoss unit. Everything in that dropship died. The dropship itself died. None of the... Okay, that died, but that was this follow-up. That's not even fair. Wow. Yeah, that was... I'm gonna go with that was a dangerous play, man. All right, so that was kind of the first big engagement, I would say, of the map here on 11 minutes and 45 seconds. This is not great. It was not great for JYJ. Like, here's the thing. Terran fans look at JYJ with suspicion, right? They're like, okay, it's one of the few Terrans to win in ASL over the last, 5-10 years or so. And yet, I watch his games, and I'm like, JYJ, what the heck, man? Why are you not being awesome? I need you to be awesome. Good snipe on that obs, by the way. Like, why are you not that guy from that run you had? And that's the question everybody needs to ask. However, he's dealt with the Reaver shenanigans very well early. Now, here's the thing. Snow will incorporate Reavers into mid-game and late-game as well. He will show up when your tanks are unsieged, unload some Reavers down here, and go pow, pow, and then run away. Like, it's some of the most... Here we go. This is exactly what I'm talking about, but that's why there are Goliaths. Another obs gets sniped. Okay, Zealots are like, we've got speed. Let's go. Jumps on in. Are the Reavers going to try to engage here? No, the Reavers are hanging back. Dragoons are hanging back, too. Zealots are like... Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. Reavers unloading. Oh, Reaver dies before getting a hit off. That was problematic. Look at this guy. He's, definitely getting a concussion in here. You cannot move like this and not have your body harmed in some way. Although, I don't know. There are some carnival games, theme park rides that maybe do that to you. Okay, tanks have died. The push has been arrested to some point, right? Yes. Vultures. Hey! Coming on up before these cannons show up at this attempt at a 5th base in the top left. Pretty good stuff. There aren't enough of them to take down... Oh, it's only 1 cannon. Hold on. You could definitely kill 1 cannon, the Vultures say. Yes, Vulture harass, good. Spider mines everywhere. And, oh, he dodged the spider mine hit. Oh my gosh. Snow, you're terrifying. You really are. I cannot believe you dodged that spider mine hit. And now there's an Archon, an Arbiter here. And this is getting shut down. Man, that was crazy. JYJ pushing south, though. Trying to get deep. Trying to take down bases. This is 2 reasons you want more bases than your Terran opponent if you're Protoss. One is you need better income to handle all of this cost efficiency of this mech. As Zealots charge on in here again. Wiping out a tank, wiping out another tank. Okay, tanks are dying. This is good for Snow. The other reason is you're probably going to lose a base or 2 when you're playing a PvT. And having backups is really useful. So Stasis, not enough to really save the Arbiter himself. And actually, Science Vessels get sniped, which is weird. But I guess no EMP is good enough. EMP is not even researched yet. But Snow doesn't know that. Snow has no idea. Oh, another Stasis catching a tank that time. Base may be alive, but again, that's why this base exists. That's why this base exists. That's why probably Snow's going to take this base fairly soon, because I don't know if he has enough to save this third of his, which again, minerals only, not quite as important. Vultures come on the run by to try to shut down this base, try to get up in here. No, save the Dragoons. We have high ground. Screw you. Stasis wearing off here fairly soon, so these might wear off on time for these science vessels to get an EMP off. Okay, hold on, hold on. Another stasis. 150, let's go. All right, JYJ, I guess I'm just going Vulture, full Vulture harass into the space of Snows. Dude, what is going on? He's gonna, okay, these probes are all sorts of dead. What is happening? JYJ getting some absolute work done here. Worker massacre here at the 4th. It is 62 SCVs to 52 probes. It was a massive worker lead for Snow, all gone in the matter of seconds. Vultures cruising on up, and they're like, can we clear a base here? No, the activity with these Vultures is some of the best Vulture activity I've seen in a TVP in a long time, and this is coming from JYJ, who honestly, probably most of you did not have too many expectations for, but, you know, it's just, again, capable of this kind of, dude, these probes are fighting without the cannon. Snow, all right, 62 to 45 workers now in favor of JYJ. What is happening? Snow's getting obliterated economically. He's getting absolutely crippled right now. More probes die, 62 to 45. Okay, so like we made some more probes, they died. These vultures are getting so much work done, and then the tanks are down here to the south. Oh, he's expanded down here too. I'm not sure I mentioned that, but JYJ is an expansion down here. D-Matrix Siege Tank. Oh, D-Matrix Siege Tank Stasis. I forget. Does that mean that the D-Matrix will be here when Stasis wears off? Does it count down the timer on D-Matrix when you're stasis? I don't know. Meanwhile, these vultures continuing to fight on their own. Not recommended as far as courses of action are concerned. Spider Mine. Yeah, you can Spider Mine everything to death, and that will help you for sure, but you're just kind of getting hemmed in a little bit here, boys. Oh, we don't care. YOLO! Into this top left base. I think cannons are going to handle that, no problem. D-Matrix Siege Tank still D-Matrixed. It's 41 seconds on stasis. D-Matrix. How long does D-Matrix last before, if it doesn't get hit and, like, you know, removed through the, just by taking damage? We're off. Nexus down. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Nexus is dying. Workers dying. Dude, catching up is what he's doing. It's been 62 workers for JYJ for a minute, and Snow's done a great job replacing his probes. He's back up to 56 here. He's only down 8, which, you know, you don't want to be down workers to your Terran opponent, but, yeah. It's not great, but it's not as bad as it necessarily could have been with a lesser Protoss player, right? Right. 2 more Arbiters into the mix here. It's going to be Arbiters. Although, man, a transition into carriers is always right exactly where it might be, you know? Wherever it needs to be, I guess. For a Protoss, they have their choice. This is where JYJ needs to keep moving, man. If he can set up here, this would be absolutely disastrous. Okay, probe transfer massacred back down to 51 probes, and this Nexus might actually end up getting canceled too. They are target firing. Oh my gosh. Okay, JYJ's in a great position here in 19 minutes. I'm going to give him a great rating. Like, this is an S-tier level TVP, especially against Snow, folks. RJB, he knows what he's talking about. He sends me the bangers. He does not send me the ones that are disappointing on both ends, and it's just, nah. This is insane. Okay, so 62 to 51 workers. Again, the number of probes that have died, you would think. Is he taking this base that Snow's down like 37 probes? No, he's not. He's not down that much at all. Look at this, working in harmony together. Probes, SCVs, mining from the same base. Not harming each other at all. Never mind, that probe's not making it home. Upgrades are 3-2 for the mech. The ground units for the Protoss are at 2-1. Arbiters have no upgrades at all, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's still a maxed out Snow army. Like, he's taking so much damage here, but EMP, yes, but he's still maxed out. Which is, come on. Not many Protoss players could deal with this much economic damage and still manage to be maxed out here at a decent time. Spider Mine's getting laid down. Vulture sniping another probe. More Spider Mines getting tossed down. Zealots running in here, clearing the Spider Mines out with their bodies as they are contractually obligated to do. Oh, did he drop tanks up here? How in the name of all that is holy are there tanks up here? Must have been a drop. Oh, Spider-Mine helps kill that one. More probes died. We're down to 43 probes now. Okay, 43 to 62, not great. Snow doggedly replacing his probes on some level. Already back up to 44. He stopped making probes as soon as I started looking at the production tab, though. So that base is going to come up. Yeah, I think JYJ needs to move up and start hitting this bait. He's maxed out. 188 supply here, floating about 2,000 mineral, 400 gas. Got 4 bases. One of them is minerals only, but he does need vultures anyway. Wow. Man, that's a lot of arbiters. Snow, he's going lots of arbiters. We've seen him do this before. Who did he bully with a mass arbiter play in a TVP once? Oh, he storms! From inside his own main, he storms the 5th base of JYJ. Now, that's not something a caster will say very much in a game of StarCraft, will it? No. That's so good. Or Zealots weren't in. No. Zealots trying to make sure that JYJ doesn't expand up this top right way too easily. But man, this is JYJ's game to lose, right? He needs to move these guys. Guy, move. Get out of here. Siege mode sound comes up. Everybody runs. He's still making more arbiters, man. I think Snow's entire goal here is to stasis like the entire tank count. And then engage, which, you know, seems like a pretty decent plan. This is more arbiters than we see in a lot of games. Okay, so here comes the stasis. There it is. Massive stasis. There are 5 arbiters flying around. EMP gets tossed down. And I think all the arbiters are out of enough energy to do anything anyway here. But yeah, you just bypass the stasis bros. Wander on down. And man, is Snow going to get back into this game with the power of stasis? It sure seems like he is, friends. Now he's just parked on top of these tanks, hoping to kill them as soon as stasis wears off. JYJ sending units to defend his buddies who are in stasis. Continued vulture harassment here. Look, it's good. The vulture stuff here from JYJ is good, but he needs to move tanks into positions to actually assault bases of Snow. He did it once. He needs to keep it going, guys. Yeah, and there we go. Stasis wears off. Snow summarily executes everybody who is in stasis. Sure, some of the Zealots die. Some of the tanks die. Some of the Dragoons die. No one has a great time here, but especially the Terran units. Goodbye, sweet Prince. Good night, sweet Prince. I think that's what it is. So it's 170 to 144 supply now in favor of Snow. Snow's looking good. He's got all these bases up the left side. 44 probes running. Doesn't seem to be interested in actually going much higher than that. Oh, I don't know about this. Finally, some tanks wander up into this spot. I was talking about doing this 5 or 6 minutes ago. Come on, JYJ. I know you're being active with your vultures, and that takes a lot of APM, but you got to have enough APM to send like 3 tanks and put them here. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Burn. More tanks coming out. High ground position on those guys would be great. There's just not enough here from JYJ. I mean, ugh. The vultures are doing what they can to slow the advance of these Zealots. Tank dies. Arbiters come in again. Stasis every one of the 4 tanks. And then Snow just rolls over this position. Vultures on the come up again. Nope, too many cannons this time, friends. Not happening. More stasis on more tanks. Everyone who's not stasis is taking major hits from invisible guys, although they might not be invisible if they're invisible. All right, cool. Running out of scans, I suppose. That ComSat station has 200 energy on it. JYJ, you could probably scan again. Sending a science vessel in. Yeah, man. Dude, is Snow gonna win this thing anyway? Oh, these tanks come out of stasis, and there's just not a lot that they can do at all. Although Vulture's taking down another Nexus is a very nice feather in the cap of JYJ. Wiping that out is pretty cool. So this base dies, but JYJ has taken this right side base. He's expanding to the top right too, although there are a couple Dragoons very interested in that base. Probably going to try to kill it after it finishes so it can't be canceled, right? Right, that seems like a fine thing to do. Just, yeah, the mobility of the Protoss army is better than the Terran anyway. But Snow certainly seems a lot more active out on the map here than JYJ does. So he's setting up some tanks to cover his natural base and this, I don't know, the 6th base? 5th base, whatever we want to call it. It's always tough when bases have died. Canary Amulet coming in, and a +1 air weapons. I just have so many Arbiters, I just need +1 air weapons. And who was that he bullied with the Arbiters? God, the Stasises, though. Those Stasises, though. My gosh. And again, comes on in, says, you don't have enough tanks to deal with this now that half of your tanks have been stasis. And yeah, just crushing through, absolutely reducing that tank count in a way that every Protoss player watching right now is very, very jealous of. They say, why can't I do this against my Terran opponent? I don't know, maybe try making 7 Arbiters. Stasising the heck out of everything. And then crushing your opponents and hearing the lamentations of their women as they are driven before you. Look, 47 to 42 workers here. A lot of SCVs have died during this attack especially. So Snow has kind of evened up the worker count, not by making more probes, but by killing more SCVs. 178 to 163 supply. Yeah, man. How many Protoss players could weather the opening 15 minutes of this game and then look great? That's what Snow's doing. Jumping on in here. There's not even a lot to defend this. Reinforcing units from JYJ are swinging in from this bottom side. Dude, oh, and he stasises the ramp and then storms the ramp against the fleeing SCVs. None of the SCVs died to storm, amazingly. Hey, look! It's parking your tanks on the ramp time. Woohoo! But I don't know. Snow got a lot of resources out of that base. Nexus. Command center down. I'm preemptively calling for the death of this Nexus because it's going to die. Sieging up tanks in range of cannons. Not ideal. There we go. Doing a better job with it. Arbiter getting sniped. No, hang on. Enough Zealot showed up to make sure this Nexus didn't die. No preemptive anything there. Falcon, good grief. But man, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're enjoying this. Dude, more stasis is coming up. All right. Okay. And then the Kerba Cloak here stuff. There's finally a scan. So saves 2 of his bases. JYJ moves out. Is aggressive. Doesn't quite have the tank count to really sustain. And Snow again crushing it. So this base is rolling. Ah, yes, there are some Dragoon shenanigans up here, but it appears that Spider Mines and Vultures handled it no problem. Yeah, JYJ has just not been able to be there for his boys when they come out of stasis today. I know it's tough. I know it's really tough as a Terran player to be like, okay, I'm going to be there when the stasis wears off and save them, but no. No, you are not. Not even close. Yeah. All right. I mean, Snow's up 158 to 97 supply. JYJ is down under 100 total supply now. And it's 38 to 38 workers. Nobody's at 40 workers here at 30 minutes. That is a very strange thing. But basically, if this base can die, and I'm not even sure he has to kill this base, but that'd be nice for Snow. Yeah, but if you're up 60 supply in your opponent, in a PvT, you're probably going to be fine. Probably don't, you're not stoked to be attacking into those tanks, but like, my gosh. Stasis is one of the tanks. It's like, we don't need to waste energy to stasis all of those tanks. It doesn't really matter. I'll actually survive some missile turret hits there. Yep, top right base is dead. Vultures get into... Okay, hold on. Dude, more probes keep dying here, friends. The number of worker deaths in this game is absolutely abominable. 33 SCVs, well, because this all dies too, to 38 probes. So base down, effectively base down, but also kind of not really. This base is back and running. Maybe you want to re-expand down here, JYJ says. 176 to 100 supply, 76 supply up. And the number of tanks dead in this game is enough to overcome the number of probes that have died in this game from snow. I think is how we need to understand this game, because good golly. Once again, fly on in. No anti-air. Okay, 2 Goliaths have joined this party. Stasis, stasis. God, it's almost overkill on the stasis, isn't it? Nope, one more stasis. Hey, we send some units in to be sacrificial lambs for all the spider mines, and once all the spider mines are generally thinned out, then we send the rest of the army in, and yeah, man. Snow, the macro, the map coverage, the mass arbiter stasis shenanigans, man. What a game. What a game from him. I don't know why we don't see this many arbiters more. But again, it's just like, why don't we see as much Reaver stuff? Snow makes it look really good. It's because, yeah, Snow makes it look really good. Doesn't mean that you're really good with it. Doesn't mean everybody's really good with it. Yeah, JYJ's fighting, scratching, clawing. Science vessel down. Vulture's trying to deal with all of these 3-3 Dragoons. They've got 3-3 upgrades themselves. They are no slouches, but they're not intended for this combat. I think that's it. I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm staring at this game, and it sure seems like our dude JYJ just keeps falling further and further behind. Now he's almost 100 supply behind. Spider mines, yeah, end up killing a couple more Vultures there too. Not ideal. SCV is trying to perform a citizen's arrest on these Dragoons. There's nothing to deal with the Arbiters. The Arbiters have +1 attack, which makes them a tiny, tiny, tiny bit scarier than they were previously. What did I say about that macro of Snow, huh? I said the macro of Snow is great. Also, Zealots run here to the 6 o'clock. Force liftoff on the command center. And now the income of JYJ is 0, and that is a GG, man. Snow. Snow, you're so scary. You're so scary. What an absolutely crazy good game there from who else but Snow, you guys. Dude, something like, I don't know, 60 probes died in this game. This base got killed. Probes died here, probes died here, probes died here. This base was taken by the Terran player, but JYJ just never was able to get up to a giant mass of siege tanks and push. I feel like his window was here, right? Once he caused all the problems with Snow's economy up here and everything else, and he's down here, I think he needs to move the tanks up to this position and then start assaulting the natural, maybe go after the main base. Trying to come across these ramps into a giant tank spider mine vulture line is tough. But I don't know. Maybe he just never had that giant tank count because of the consistent stasis we were getting there from, again, these hero arbiters, man. Dude, this one has 4 kills. Okay, 2 of them have 4 kills apiece. This one has 3 kills. That one's got 1. I mean, these arbiters are paying for themselves in more than just throwing down stasises as they do in this matchup. Recalls are something they do too, but still. Amazing. Yeah, I think this guy's back here maybe to recall. If like a drop shows up, he needs to recall some units in here immediately to defend it. Maybe that's all that is. But yeah, I mean, all these gateways up here. Some are home, but also he needed more gateways because of how many bases he had. 43 probes at the end of the game is not amazing, but dude, yeah, Snow's just better. He's just better. I don't know how else to say it, man. So, GG, 268,000 points there from Snow, 239 from JYJ. We outproduced the Protoss player. That's interesting. But got outkilled by a fairly even margin. Structures raised, 25 to 17 is a pretty big deal on both sides. And then Snow outspending the Terran by really only about 5,000 resources in 32 minutes, which should not be enough. But Snow is a monster? Like, I don't know what to tell you here other than that. Snow is a monster. You know that. You clicked on this because it was a Snow game and because he is a monster. But man, JYJ. JYJ had it going. Had it going. And then just couldn't seal the deal. Bonkers. All right, so that right there is going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and a Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw, what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.